There's a door. A small door. That is always lurking in the shadows.
Um, Basically how I started working on Dark Tarot, Professor Landau sent out basically some information and a couple of emails, telling students about the project.
I kind of always wanted to try a horror-themed movie, so she asked if I would be willing to help light it, and I said yes.
I originally said no because I wanted to relax over the summer, but then I realized I would be bored if I didn't work on something.
And the last day of class, he came up to me, he's like, I heard you do script supervising, would you be interested in working on a feature this summer?
When he was working on some of the footage for Dark Tarot and I asked him about it, he mentioned that there was a position available for a Foley editor, and I have an interest in sound editing, so I asked him if I could be on the project.
And then on the first production assignment, he was like, oh, yeah, you're going to be first director. And I was like, oh my God, freaking out. So
initially, I was supposed to be working under an alumni student, but because of previous engagements or something like that, he was unable to, so I became the head of the department.
There was quite a few alumni and other people who've been doing this for some time, and really it was just a challenge of trying to keep up with the speed of everything, because we were shooting quite a bit, about sometimes 10 pages a day.
One of my biggest challenges on set was definitely being just out of my freshman year, going to my sophomore year on Dark Tarot, and just learning to work with the alumni and the students.
Before working on Dark Tarot, I never really saw myself working with a large group of people, especially because the student projects, you're only usually in a group of 5 or sometimes less.
I learned how to work with people older than me, as well as working in a bigger crew, versus working on a student film where you have 5 people maybe on set. Dark Tarot, you had I think a good dozen people.
Before working on Dark Tarot, I only worked with one camera, but we were shooting with an A camera and a B camera, and so I would have 2 monitors on set, and just keeping track of one is difficult enough, but with 2 monitors in front of you, it's really difficult to keep track of continuity between both.
Since we shot in a house that was still being built and it wasn't furnished yet, being a gaffer and having to set up scenes while other scenes are being shot was a big challenge, because every step you take or anything you put down echoes across the other house. So even if they're on the 2nd floor and you're in the basement, they can still hear you. So basically when you hear action, you have to freeze in place, even if you're carrying like 5 sandbags.
Working in an echoey house, being that the mansion was just built, there was no furniture in it. So there's nothing to absorb the sound, so we had to find a way to get over that obstacle.
Being there and seeing how things work really prepared me for a lot of things. When I was working on the film, I don't think I really knew how much I learned.
One of the best parts for working with Dark Tarot was it was more professional compared to most projects at the school. It's not being run by really one senior or one energetic student. It's got more of a, you have your job.
Being able to work on such a technical aspect of the movie, but still having a lot of creative license over it, where I would look at something that needed a sound effect, like something as simple as a knife being put down, and just being able to really go crazy with it and do whatever I wanted.
The best part of working on Dark Tarot was that I actually got to work on a feature film. Up until then, I was working on a couple senior theses and underclassmen projects. Dark Tarot was my first professional film.
I mean, I worked with the best actors I've ever met in my life. They were all awesome, and I would change their call time 6 times before I finally gave them a real one, and they would just open arms, be like, whatever you need, Maggie, I'm there.
I would say the best experience was just being able to be on the production in general as head of art department.
After working on Dark Tarot, though I found it extremely difficult, I found it extremely rewarding because I did learn a lot about the job and about myself, and I got to meet amazing people and really work hands-on, and it was an experience that I don't regret at all.
I would definitely recommend other students to work on a production like this. It's a great experience no matter what job title you're given or what you're working as, it's definitely a good experience.
It definitely teaches you to take a more professional approach to working film.
I would tell students that working on a feature-length film is probably a lot closer to real-world experience than just working on a short movie in class that you directed and wrote and shot yourself.
Like I said, for myself, I was able to learn so much on set, working with people older than me, a bigger crew.
Because you learn so much while you're there, and it's incredible to know like that everyone there, even though if they know more than you or they don't know more than you, everyone's learning and everyone's trying to help each other, and it's just really great to be a part of something like that.
And it was a way for me to really get a taste of the real world.
I would say if you have an opportunity to work on any student-faculty production, no matter what time of the year, summer, winter break, definitely go for it, because I think one of these productions you're going to learn probably more than most of your other classes combined, because you get to see everything put into action and actually implemented and see how a team functions and how it's a huge collaborative effort.